Hello and welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep IAS. Today's big news is a Telangana Formation Day. Every one of you, especially if you are watching from Telangana, let me wish you a very happy Telangana Formation Day. In today's big news, we will be discussing about the significance of this day, the struggle behind the formation of the state of Telangana, and how exactly did it come into being. But before we go deeper into this, a very big announcement for you. There is something new that is going to happen on the BYJU'S Exam Prep IAS YouTube channel starting from the 6th of June 2022. We are bringing to you an exclusive UPSC knowledge series for 50 days. In this series, every single day at 10 a.m. and 3 p.m., we will have a live lecture on some of the most important static topics for the UPSC examination. In this, we will be covering all the important subjects which are a part of your syllabus, and the teachers here will be teaching live on the YouTube channel. This series will go on for 50 days starting from the 6th of June and will be extremely beneficial, especially for those who are planning to prepare for the 2023 UPSC Civil Services Examinations. So do join for that in large numbers starting from the 6th of June. Now let's begin the topic for the big news today, that is the Telangana Formation Day. Now today, the country is celebrating the 8th Foundation Day of the state of Telangana. It is today that the state was carved out of Andhra Pradesh in 2014. As you would know, this was a long agitation that went on from after our independence till 2014, till the state of Telangana actually came into being. At that point of time, it became India's 29th state. Right now, it is India's 28th state since Jammu and Kashmir has been converted into a union territory now. Now, if you look at the history of the Telangana movement, it has been a long time coming. The first struggle had actually started in 1955. Now, usually when you talk about bifurcation or creation of a new state in India, we usually see that the demand for a new state is on the basis of certain factors such as different languages, different cultures, etc. However, this is unique in case of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh since both of these states have a common language. But the reason why they have always been demanding to be a separate state is because of the difference in the development in these two areas. Because one of them was under the British rule, while the other was under the rule of the Nizam when the British were here. That is why since 1955 there has been a demand of creation of a separate state of Telangana and to have Hyderabad as the capital of Telangana. The people living in the Telangana region have always accused that it is the people of Andhra Pradesh that have taken up their jobs, their land, and the government is not investing enough money in the infrastructure of the Telangana region and they have been left out. It was a time when the demand for formation of new states in India was at an all-time high. However, ignoring this, in November 1956, Telangana was merged with the state of Andhra Pradesh that was carved out of Madras to be made the first linguistic state of independent India. That angered the people living in Telangana, and since then, the movement has only become stronger. The next wave of this movement started in 1969 and in 1972. After these agitations, the Prime Minister of India at that time, Indira Gandhi, had said that for accelerated development of the backward regions and for preferential treatment to local candidates and employment, we will be giving a certain formula from our side. It did pacify the people of the region for some time, but it was not a long-term solution. And thus, the agitation went on even after that. It became even bigger after the formation of three new states in the beginning of the 21st century in the form of Uttarakhand, Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand. And thus, the leaders of the Telangana movement became even stronger. That is when the government of India in 2010 formed a committee called the Shrikrishna Committee. The Shrikrishna Committee submitted the report in just a few months of time and they gave multiple options. However, amongst all the options that they gave, the one that they had favored the most was that we should not bifurcate the two states. They had said that the combined state of Andhra Pradesh will work in favor of everyone, including the entire country. However, this report was not received well by the people living in the Telangana region or the central government at the center. That is why this report was eventually ignored and the process for creating a new state of Telangana started soon after that. These were the six options suggested by the Sri Krishna committee. First option that they favored was to have a united Andhra Pradesh with constitutional measures for empowerment of the Telangana region. They said that this is the most favorable option. The second option they gave was to bifurcate Andhra Pradesh into Telangana and Seema Andhra, with Hyderabad as the capital of Telangana and a new capital for Seema Andhra. As you can see, this is the option that has been accepted by the union government. Third option was the bifurcation, with Hyderabad being the union territory and both the new states getting new capital. Fourth option was bifurcation into Raila Telangana and coastal Andhra region, while making Hyderabad as an integral part of Telangana. The fifth option was bifurcating Andhra Pradesh into Seema Andhra and Telangana, while Hyderabad metropolis becoming a separate union territory. And the last option, which was favored by the least number of people, was to maintain status quo and not take any action whatsoever on this ongoing demand. Now, the process for bifurcation officially began in December 2013. This is when the Union Cabinet approved the bill for creation of Telangana state having 10 districts. In this way, the Union Cabinet almost ignored the recommendations given by the Shrikrishna committee in 2010. The next question in this entire process was who would get hold over Hyderabad. As you know, Hyderabad is the most developed and the richest city in the combined state of Andhra Pradesh. And when the new state of Telangana was to come into being, there was a battle about who would get hold of Hyderabad. Whenever this kind of a new state comes into being, one of the problems is always about the capital. Because capital is the city which would have most of the infrastructure, which would have VIP houses, which would have the legislative assembly, the legislative council in some cases, all the government offices would be in the capital. So to build a new capital from scratch is a very, very difficult task. However, it was decided that for a period of 10 years, Hyderabad would remain the common capital, after which it will be given to Telangana single-handedly and Andhra Pradesh would need to make a new capital by then. Then we saw the passing of the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Bill that had a lot of provisions. Some of the important provisions of the bill were these. The bill said that Hyderabad would be a common capital for a period of 10 years and there would also be a common governor for Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Also, the centre government would set up an apex council to supervise the water sharing of Krishna and Godavari rivers. Out of the total seats which are in the state of Andhra Pradesh, 25 would go to the remaining part of Andhra Pradesh, while 17 would be given to Telangana. This division was made in proportion to the population. Similarly, 175 legislative assembly seats will be given to Andhra Pradesh, 119 to Telangana. The High Court at Hyderabad will be common for both the states until a separate High Court is made for residual state of Andhra Pradesh, which has been made, as you know, in the city of Amravati. Also, all the properties outside the existing state of Andhra Pradesh will be divided between the successor states on the basis of their population. And this is how India had its 29th state come into being in the year 2014. Once again, a very, very happy Telangana Formation Day to all of you, especially if you're watching this from Telangana. Thank you so much for watching today's big news. Have a good day ahead.